We have some very exciting stuff out on the short side, though, which is Deere. It's a headline beat, which is mostly from price, and nobody's going to care about that because
They reported on a Thursday? Wow.
yeah, I mean, they
That's
usually
new.
nail a holiday, so they could have hit the Ash Wednesday, Valentine's Day combo, but they're coming in a
Okay.
day after, taking it easy on us after ruining, Thanksgiving and all the other holidays. I'm always on some like August vacation, and Deere is reporting. It's like, thanks, guys. Uh, it's like being a retail analyst. My God. Um, but we do have it's not a good report. So they're even though the headline, I guess, beat is there, it's mostly on price, and it's because dealer inventory is up to a multi-year high, which is kind of, I guess, the manufacturer equivalent of like putting stuff in the channel, right? It's independent dealer network. They're also taking down guidance. It was 7.75 to 8.25 last quarter when they cut guidance, and now it's going to be in the sevens, 7.25, 7.5. They're narrowing it. And, in general, just really across ag, we're seeing a lot of pressure on commodity prices. And I think it comes back to mistaking Deere as an ag equipment company instead of a biofuels company, which is finally what is the sort of long cycle driver there. As you see things like EV penetration, you're going to see pressure on corn demand, and that ripples through the rest of the ag complex. And it's also just an inflation winner, and is sitting at multi-year peak margins. Even in the release, they refer to their own markets in the last couple of years as being cyclically inflated, which is not generally what you want to see from an OEM. I guess you want them to acknowledge it, but there's nothing you can actually do about it. Like, you can't, make people buy tractors. There has to be an economic need for people to buy row crop tractors. And if the commodities are at low prices, there is no justification for the return. You see a lot of pressure on residual values. All these kinds of things compound on themselves, and the same dynamic that took Deere and land prices, the whole upcycle can unwind over a multi-year period, and we think we're in that multi-year period here. So more confirmation of that.
Yeah, that's a little better than what Farmer Jim's going to tell the CNBC crowd today. They just rattle off the beat and the multiple and whatever else. I mean, it's just like, these types, of course. He's actually a good example of somebody who has no macro process but has beliefs. Like he of course, and all those CNBC types at the beginning of 2022 didn't believe that the stock market could ever crash again, and it did. I'm not going to stop reminding people of that, obviously, because it's in your accounts. I mean, if you're a new subscriber to our process, if you have a 60-40 portfolio, old wall 60-40, which is like a lot of 401ks or, God forbid, a target date fund. I mean, you're down double digits still. That. It's not what people start with, but again, that's completely missing the peak of the cycle, right? So to not believe in it, and if you didn't believe there was going to be a recession in 2022 in the world, and you got it all wrong, you just still don't believe that there's ever going to be one, even though we had one. Deere, of course, is a global macro. You have to have a global macro framework to cover it effectively and model it. So we're doing that, and Jay's done a great job of that. So it's been a great relative short, absolute underweight, in certain parts of this cycle, and we'll see how it trades today. I would love to get this at the top end of the range on the headline beat, but I doubt with guidance I will. But I've had my doubts before, right, Jay?
Hey there, Hedgeye Nation, or if you're not part of Hedgeye Nation, thanks for watching Hedgeye on YouTube. If you haven't already, make sure to click on the button below there. Subscribe to our YouTube page. You can also follow the link in the description to our website to get even more great investing content.